Oh, I've got 20 flyers for you. Let me show you this program, this program, this program. So if you come in and don't do that, that's going to set you apart.
You've been in the industry for a long time. You've created and established relationships, but I've got to imagine
Yep.
you're trying to backfill the,
Yeah.
the volume. And so you're out there talking to potentially new real estate agents.
Right.
What sort of unique value proposition are you bringing to the table when you're, having conversations with them?
Yeah. I've learned, so I have my first salesperson that I'm mentoring now. So she's building up her book of business. And so I'm learning a lot. Just because I did it one way doesn't mean that's going to work again, because that was a while ago.
Yeah.
And also, it doesn't mean it's going to work for her. So I think the strategy's got to be tailored to your personality. The company value or the unique value that my company provides is that we actually care about the client. We care about when they close, what rate they get. Hopefully, most of the members that are PAM members, they feel the same way. But that's the unique value. And what's the saying? They don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. That's
Yeah.
like the mantra of our company. Absolutely. So doing everything that we can to show that we care is the key, and especially the key with the real estate agent. So maybe as an example, that would be you meet somebody, they've got an established relationship, and you say, I know that you do however many loans with whatever bank or whatever loan officer. If you ever want a second opinion or a second look or something is going wrong, I'm here. You can call me, and it doesn't have to be my deal, and I'll give you some advice. And a lot of times the realtor isn't as receptive, but the attorney is receptive, to that. Or it's the listing agent that doesn't work with many buyers because all they do is listings, but they get something that comes up on one of their deals. They're on the listing side, and they're like, is this normal? I've never heard of this before. And then they just take you up on that. And that can be the start of a relationship. But I think if there is like one tip that I had for prospecting realtors, it would be figuring out where they are comfortable meeting you. And I got this actually from one of the conferences that we were at in Las Vegas. They had some realtors there, and they said, one of the things that I like to do is go to networking events, and that's where I'm comfortable meeting new mortgage people. If you text me or call me, I'm going to ignore you. I'm not going to give you any attention. But if you meet me where I'm looking to meet people, then I'll give you a shot. You know what I mean? Other people, same thing with open houses. Come find me while I'm at work at an open house. You know what I mean? That's when I want to be talking to a mortgage professional. Others say, absolutely. I had one person, they said, I'm in open house mode. You need to leave. And they slammed the door in me and my loan officer's face when we prospected them on a Sunday. So just getting that idea that you have to approach them in the way they want to be approached. It's like dating or something else. That's, I think, a huge benefit, a huge key. Just because you tried with this realtor and they said no, it might just be you got to try a little bit different way, and then they'll say yes.
How much of that, prospecting them in a way that they want? I mean, does that take research? Do you sort of
Yes.
identify a potential a real estate partner and then and then figure out where that place might be?
Yes. So if you haven't heard of it, another one to Google is MMI. If you haven't heard of this is a company that you can pay a subscription fee for through AIM. I think you'll get a better deal than if you go direct, so you'll save some money. And it will tell you how many how many purchases did this agent close? How many were purchases? How many were sales? Do they have a loan officer that they work with consistently? How incredibly valuable is that to you? So then, yes, they closed 50 last year. They're an amazing agent, but 45 of them went with the same mortgage company. Are you going to break in? No, you don't have a shot, versus they closed 12 last year, but they were with all these different companies, no consistency, and most of them are banks. Wow, what a ripe target for me to go after. So having some market intelligence, very worth the money. That's for sure. So definitely check it out if you haven't heard of that.
Yeah, I'll make sure to put that in the notes here on the video. MMI, data is the king for sure. It's interesting,
Yep.
One of the things I've been doing recently is, and I sent this to my assistant the other day, and I said, listen, I want a list of real estate agents who mountain bike.
Okay.
That's it. That's the only kind of realtor I want to work with, because I want to take work meetings on the mountain. Before I even ask them for a deal, I just want to go on a bike ride with them, get to know them, figure out their model match. If they're riding mountain bikes, they probably are. So
there you go.
One of my strategies has always been find the people I want to be friends with and hang out with and build relationships with them, and the business will come. If it does, great. If it doesn't, I've got a new friend,
There you go.
And so there's lots of ways of skinning that cat. So then that's how you might find them is MMI, right? So this is how you seek out new referral partners.
Sure.
If you finally get in touch or in front of one of them,
Right.
what sorts of red flags are you looking for? Like, is there a demographic or a type of realtor you like working for? And what is the opposite of that? Like, what's the thing that's going to
Yeah.
make you go, I don't want to follow up with them again?
Yeah. I think it's so easy. If you're coming into one of these meetings, what do all the other mortgage reps they're meeting with do? Oh, I've got 20 flyers for you. Let me show you this program, this program, this program. So if you come in and don't do that, that's going to set you apart. Number one, ask them about themselves. They're a realtor because they like to talk about themselves. No realtor is like, no, I'm an introvert. No, definitely not.
Right.
So ask them. And the question that I like to ask is the origin story question, just like where we started. How'd you get into real estate? Why are you doing this? What is this all about for you? And if their answer is money, then it's over for me. Bye. Right? That's it. So a
Yeah.
lot of realtors, that's what it's about. And that's not a good match for me because that person might not be as caring when the time comes as the person that says, I got into this because I like helping people. I got into this because my sister had a bad experience with a real estate agent. I didn't want that to happen to anybody else. Or, I looked around at all the things I could do, and this is the thing that I felt I could really have the most impact in my community. That's the kind of realtor that I want to work with, that value-based realtor. Because guess which type of clients they're going to attract? The clients that are not price sensitive, the clients where you can actually, run a business versus, yeah, they're very money focused. Yeah, their clients are going to be too. And then those are the clients that are going to take your pre-approval, go through all the steps, and then shop you at the end, And I'm sure, hopefully, people are laughing on this webinar or whatever, this recording, because I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I think picking the right partner and investing the time wisely is something I didn't do in the first couple of years. So hopefully, somebody can pick up that sooner rather than later.
Have you ever had to fire a realtor? Or just, kindly ask them not to send you any more business?
Oh, I don't think I'll ever say specifically that, but not calling them back, letting them know that this is not a client that is a match for our company, all of that kind of thing, on a consistent basis. I think that they get the message, but I haven't really had too much of that problem. It kind of works itself out. I mean, we're not a company that gives a pre-approval based on a phone call like some companies do, and the realtors that are very transactional, let's say, they want that. They demand that maybe. And so it's pretty quickly not a good fit and it works itself out.
That makes sense. So you're doing more of your filtering up front as opposed to kind of getting into the
Right.
trenches with somebody and then finding out that they're on the other team. And so that makes a lot of sense.